I'm Dotun Adebayo. I'm here at BBC London presenting two programmes, Reggae Time at the Lovers Rock Lounge on Saturday nights, and also Dotun Adebayo on Sunday, obviously on Sunday between 8 and 10.
Lovely. And how did you get started in radio, and how did you get started at GLR? Was it the same thing?
It's a funny thing, I've been at the BBC, not continuously, but for 35 years, believe it or not. I started when I was 12 years old at the World Service, working for Network Africa, amongst other things. Not many people remember that now, obviously. The people who gave me my break then are not around anymore, sadly. However, after that, doing a university degree in Sweden, I managed to get onto Swedish radio. Had a programme there, a Saturday night segment within another programme. When I returned to Britain and continued my education at the University of Essex, I ran two programmes at the University radio station. In fact, one of the former University Radio Essex alumni is here at BBC London now, even as we speak. And my big break, if you like, here in Britain came in 1993, I believe. Was it 93? Yeah, pretty much 93. Basically, I was seen on a Channel 4 programme called The Devil's Advocate with Darcus Howe, and he was grilling me, giving me a hard time, and I was doing my best to defend myself. He pulled the gun out at me and I pushed it away casually, and I must have looked pretty cool. Anyway, the former editor here at BBC London, or what was then GLR, Gloria Abramov, saw me there, and as it just so happened, the person that was presenting Black London, the weekly news programme, had gone AWOL. I was at the right time at the right place.
And talking about Black London, was it a pretty groundbreaking programme, would you say?
By the time I presented Black London, it was already a legendary programme because the likes of Alex Pascal had presented it previously, so I was stepping in towards the end of its history, the tail end. I suppose it still had a function, but I don't think that the management were committed to it anymore. And perhaps things had moved on. The demographics of London had certainly moved on from the days when it was created, and maybe something new was needed.
And about GLR as a whole, what were your thoughts about that? Was it a good place to work and an exciting, interesting place?
GLR was a lot of fun. Whilst working here at GLR, I got the opportunity to present not just Black London, but to present lots of other programmes, my own weekly magazine show. I got to present sports bulletins. I think I presented every single aspect of radio here, apart from travel. I presented news at GLR, I presented sports programmes, I presented a music show, presented a magazine show, the list goes on. So as a young person coming into the game, as it were, there was probably no better way of getting a really good tuition in all the aspects of broadcast. And lots of passionate people. GLR was fortunate enough to be one of those cult stations that people really wanted to work there, really loved to work there. And when you went out on the streets and people heard you and recognised your voice, as often is the case when you're on radio, they say, "Oh, you're at GLR, it must be so much fun." They loved it. People say, "Oh, my radio's tuned to nothing else all day long," that kind of comment. And I worked with some great people. Amongst them, of course, Gary Crowley's still here. The great Andrea Oliver had a daytime programme. Robert Elms is still here. Johnny Walker was a presenter here at the time. Vanessa Feltz had done Jewish London, and she was succeeded by Jane Green, who's now a best-selling author of chick lit. I'm sure she feels it's hen lit by now, but nevertheless, all these people were here at the time. So it was a place with a lot of buzz and a mixture of speech and music that really only GLR could do as well as it did.